Hello, beautiful friends. How's everybody doing? Did everybody have an amazing weekend? I sure did. I spent some time with the kids. I absolutely love being here in Arizona and being able to do that. It is just so amazing. So, anyway, today I thought I would be doing a full face of makeup that I already own. These are products that I have not brought or has not seen the light of day in a very long time. So I went digging in my drawers because I am going to be doing a declutter very soon. And I just want to see things that I'm going to be getting rid of, things that I want to keep. So I love doing these types of videos now and then because then I can go really deep in my drawers, dig out things that I haven't used in a while just to see if I really like them. So if you want to see those products I chose for today's video, please stick around because we're about to get into all that right now. So yeah, we went out with the kids on Saturday. We went to this country bar. I had been there a very long time ago when we came down to visit them, and we went straight from the airport over to this bar. It's called the Distillery or something like that. And I honestly don't remember going there. I mean, I do, but I didn't remember, the food and all of that because we had come in on a late flight and I was exhausted. So anyway, we went there, had a blast. I have to learn how to do that line dancing because it looks so much fun. And I purchased a cowboy boots just, to look the part. But anyway, that's what we did. We had such a great time. And then, I don't know if you guys seen the video, but Allie Glines had put my video in one of her videos, and I don't know. I'm just so humbled when she does things like that. I just truly adore her. So if you are here, from her video, her suggesting that you come over and check out my channel, thank you so much. I just truly, truly adore Allie Glines. I don't know. I feel a connection with her somehow, and I try to think about it. I'm like, what is it that really drew me to her, and just her and I being able to communicate, and just I can tell things, ask her things and she'll help me on it. And I don't know, I think what it is she's so close in age to my son. So actually she's younger, so she could technically be my kid. So I think that's what it is. I get this motherly feeling for her, very protective. I feel a sense of huge pride when she accomplishes something. I am just, I don't know. There's just something that just touches my heart with her, and I truly appreciate everything that she's done for me. And yeah, when she sends me her PR, I am just so excited to try out her products because, like I've mentioned before, they are amazing products. So if you are here from her channel, thank you so much and welcome. I am so excited that you did follow her suggestion and come here to visit me. I truly appreciate it. Okay, so yeah, a lot of this makeup has not seen the light of day in a very long time. And I did check, and most of the products I will be using is still available. I think pretty much everything except one. But I do want to use it again just to see if I'm going to keep it or declutter it. And a lot of times I will declutter products, because they aren't available anymore. But there are some that I still keep because they are just, I don't know, worth keeping. And I just use it, privately. Okay, so let's get into all of this makeup. And what I'm going to start with is the eyes, of course. That's usually how I start off. And I didn't have any old primers, eye primers. You guys know how I am. I use this one like non-stop. But I did find this in my collection, like deep in my collection. It's by Miss AOA, and it's actually their concealer. So I thought I would just use it as an eye primer just to see, because it looks like one of those pot ones, and just see how it works. And hopefully it does work out okay. And, from feeling the formula here, it does, seem a little dry, but that's okay. Sometimes for me, I find like this kind of formula does work a little better as an eye primer than if it's too creamy, then, your shadows will slip around a little bit and cling too much to it when you do apply your eyeshadow. Okay, I think that really did work out nice as a eyeshadow base, and I do like that it did conceal my discoloration and all of that, and it doesn't seem too dry. I think it's going to work out just fine. Okay, so the two palettes that I brought out, I was, really debating between the two. But let me just show you what the two I was debating on. This one here by Lawless, I totally forgot about that brand. I used to buy their mascara and their lip product. It was like almost like the Alley Glines lip oil. It was really nice, but it was super pricey. Anyway, so I brought out this here, and it's called the Dreamy a Dozen. So I thought it was a really pretty palette, just something to kind of dip into again, just to see how I, enjoy the formula and the shades, just to see if I'm going to be keeping it. And the other one that I brought out, it's by LYS, and this one is called Empowered. And it looks like this. So I thought that was really a pretty, and again, I haven't seen this. This hasn't seen the light of day in a very long time, but it's super pretty. But what I chose to use today is the Dreamy Dozen, and maybe I'll just use this one, for going to work or something this coming up week. Okay, so let's get into this palette, and the first brush I'm going to use is this one here by Miss AOA. I like using the super, it's pretty big, and this is just the F19. And what I like doing is, because I'm not really familiar with that concealer base, I think what I'm going to do is go into this shade right here. It's almost like a translucent powder, and I'm just going to apply that all over the lid, just so the other shades doesn't really grip onto it and make it really difficult to move around. Okay, then the next shade I was kind of debating between the two because they look kind of similar. So these are the differences here. And I think I'm going to go with more this shade here. It's more of like a neutral. That's really warm. So I am going to go into this shade right here. And I'm going to be, right here. And I'm going to be using my Angie Hot and Flashy. This is the A503. So I'm just going to pack it on the brush. And let's just kind of tap it for now because, again, I'm not really familiar with this formula anymore. And, it seems to blend out pretty easy. And again, that concealer as a base didn't work out, too shabby here. It's a little warmer than, I was kind of wanting, but it's still very pretty. Okay, thank goodness I caught that. Why didn't you guys tell me? I had like this, I don't know what it was, like a black smudge over there. Yeah, that would have been an eyesore for the rest of this little video here. Okay, so again, you know what? I was just thinking, if you are here from Alley Glines video, let me know in the comments. I'm just very curious who's here from her last video about her new products. Okay, so now what I think I'm going to do is go into this shade. I love doing this. I've been doing this a lot lately. Is I'm going to go into the lightest shade in this palette and really pack it on this brush here. And I'm going to place that up towards my eyebrow. And I'm not going to be super precise. I'm just being super sloppy, to tell you the truth. It's all on my eyebrow and everything. That's how sloppy I am being. But I'm not really, again, focusing on how precise I am. I just want a lot of product right there. Okay, and then I'm going to go into, I feel like I did get fell out here. I'm going to be using my Morphe, and this is the, what is this? The M331 brush right here. So these are really nice brushes. These are from their new collection. And where I think I'm going to go now is this really pretty peachy shade. And the reason why I place that really light shade up by the eyebrow is because when it mixes in with this shade now, it's just going to create a really soft look. It's going to be a nice blend, just so there's not those really choppy lines that you can get. But yeah, that's why I've been doing that, and it seems to be working out really well. Okay, and then I don't know about this shade, if it's going to be deep enough, but we're definitely going to try. And now I'm going to switch to the brush, the Morphe X Ariel. That was from that collection. I love these brushes as well. And I'm going to go into this really pretty, I guess that would be like an eggplant shade here. So let's see if that is going to be deep enough for this outer corner. So let's just add that. It might be just a little bit too light. That would be really nice as maybe, I don't know, a transition shade or something, but yeah, it's just a little bit too light. So where I think I'm gonna go now is maybe this one is a little bit more of an eggplant, it looks like. So let's try that, or I don't know, a plum, a deeper plum. So let's see if we can deepen that up, this outer corner, because they're both really pretty shades. So let's swatch both of them. So this is the first one that I did apply. As you can see, it's really pretty, but it's, you know, very light. And that one, let's see, no, it looked more like a purplish shade in the palette, but it's not. So I don't know, you guys, we'll see what happens with this eye look, but it's not, you know, the formula's fault. It's my choices of what I've done here. So, I mean, it is deepening up on this outer corner. It just isn't the shades that I was anticipating. Now, as I'm applying this, I'm trying to decide if this is a palette that I would keep. And as of right this second, probably not, only because I do have other palettes that come to mind really quickly that are kind of similar that I do enjoy better. Now, the palette that popped in my head that I think could be really similar to this is the ColourPop 1111. It has those same tones. So that one I absolutely love. I use that all the time. I've taken it on trips. So that one I definitely would keep, and for that reason, I probably will end up decluttering this palette. Not that it's a bad formula. Again, it's not horrible. It's just tones I know that I have in my collection and that I like better. Okay, so I brought out the 1111 only because I really wanted to see. Yeah, as you can see, it's very similar tones that are in there. I mean, yeah, it's so close that it's actually quite scary. But yeah, I do like this formula better. And besides, there's more choices. I just feel like that really pretty plum that I was looking for, or eggplant, it's deeper, it's richer, because I know I can put that on my outer corner in that palette, where this one, it was just very hard to see. Okay, but anyway, let's go into these shimmers here. Let's do these two right here. And this one here is really pretty. It looks, it's just very different. So let's see what it looks like on the lid. A lot of different shifts in it. There's even like almost like a little bronze. And then now I'm going to go into the lighter shade with my pinky finger and just put that in the inner corner and sweep that into that first shade that I applied. Then what I like doing is taking like this brush right here and just going around the edges really softly, just to make it look a little less choppy there. Okay, so this is the eye look so far. Yeah, not too shabby. Not mad at it. Okay, and then I brought out, I do have an eyeliner I haven't used like forever. If you guys have been here for the past, I don't know, year, I haven't really used liquid eyeliners. There's a couple reasons. First of all, they're kind of hard to work for, you know, with. I feel kind of hard to work with. I feel like if you mess up, it's kind of, you know, really hard to fix it. So I went to wooden pencils, but I found this in my collection and it's by Ferrera. And the reason why I brought it out, it's one of those ones that have two ends, and this is the creates that wing. Then you fill it in with this here. So this is the wing part here, the wing side. So let's try this, you guys. And again, another reason why I haven't been using liquid eyeliners, if you guys know, my eyes just water like crazy. Someone had suggested I get some eye drops. I did get those for dry eyes. We'll see if it helps any. It's only been a couple days, but I ended up getting this one here. It's called All-in-One. I found it on Amazon. So we'll see if they work, and I don't know. It could just be, it is what it is. Okay, so now I'm going to go into this here. Now, let me just tell you, I'm going to do it a little different, because if I go right at the edge here, this wing is huge. It's going to go clear out to here. I don't want that, especially if my eyes are watering. So what I'm going to do is just kind of almost go halfway. So it's going to look a little odd at first, but I'm going to stamp it. And as you can see, what it did. So it created that little wing. Now it's going down a little bit too far, but that's because I didn't want a wing going clear up to my eyebrow. So now I'm going to take this other end and just go really close to my lash line. Ooh, I will say it's super black, very easy to work with. And I'm just going to clean up that little wing that I did there. So it looks a little sloppy, and that's only because I didn't place it where it should go. But what I'm going to do now is just take a makeup wipe, and we're going to clean it up like I normally do, and just see how that works out. Okay, so I mean, honestly, it created a very nice wing here. It's pretty clean. Yeah, I really like that. What I'm going to do is just place this on the back of my hand. I'm going to make a stamp here just so you guys can see what that wing looks like. And we're going to see how long that lasts once it dries down. So let's try this again. Another thing with these that can be a little difficult is, you know, doing the exact same placement on the other eye. I find that's the challenging part mostly, is to line it up like you did your other eye. So this is my wing, you know, not too shabby at all. So yeah, I'm just hoping with my eyes watering by the end of this video, it won't be gone. Okay, so now we're going to go into the complexion, and I'm just going to use my blotting sheet here. I do this all the time because I become just very oily, and I don't know, I just feel like my skin products doesn't absorb really well around my oily spots. So as you can see, yeah, there's a lot of oils going on. Anyway, so for my pore filler, I'm going to actually use this. My daughter-in-law gave me this, and it's by Hourglass, and it's called Vanish. It's called the Airbrush Primer. I'm just going to place that in the T-zone where I have really big open pores and try to conceal those. Okay, well, I will say that that applied really nice. It feels just really creamy, but I can tell that it is drying down. So let's see what my pores look like. That's always the important part. So yeah, they do look very blurred. The pores really do look nicely blurred. I really do like that. Okay, so for the foundation, I have not used this. I can't even tell you how long it's been. And I'm super excited to try it again. It's by Danessa Myricks. I believe that's what it is. And this is the Yummy Skin. Oh, actually, I do have her primer. Oh, here it is. I knew I brought it out. Yeah, Danessa Myricks. And this is the Yummy Skin Glow Serum. So this is like a primer. So this has not seen the light of day. I'm telling you. Ooh, this is old, you guys. This is old. So anyway, I'm going to place maybe that much. Ooh, yeah, it does have like a little shimmer to it. And from what I can remember, I did really like this. Oh, it does. It feels like a skincare for sure. It's just very soothing on the skin. It definitely feels like a serum, but once you start blending it in, it does dry down, but not a bad dry. And there is like a little tack, so that's going to be really good for your foundation to last longer and really grip onto that. Okay, and then for the foundation, I brought out her foundation, and this is the Yummy Skin Serum Foundation as well. Now, if you haven't seen this in action, it's really cool. So, hold on, let me think of, I haven't used this forever. Okay, so the top does twist off, but when you go to refill it, you just refill this, and these, you know, this part stays. So it's just really nice, you know, very good for the environment. And then the refill's only $26. So I think that's really good. And from what I can remember, I think there's like 26 or 27 shades. Now, the reason why I don't bring this out often was there was a shade issue. This used to be so deep on me. I could not fix it whatsoever. Even with my little, mixing pigments, that's what it is. I really could never get it to a good shade. But, here living in Arizona, my skin has really deepened up. Also, I self-tan. So, yes, I think this is going to work. And this is the shade 9N. So, yeah, I have a lot going on here. I'm just going to place a little bit on my palm. And from what I can remember, you just need very little of this product. I think that's why a lot of people did not like it is if you use too much, it's going to look really bad. So I feel like this is one of those formulas that stretches really good. So just very little is needed. So I'm just going to get my BK. This is the 115. And let's start blending this out. Whoa. As you can see, I used very, very little of that product. And look how much coverage it's giving. I probably used even too much. So, let's see what happens here. It's still a little bit deep for me. I think now if I added just a little bit of the white pigment, it would really be a nice shade match. Boy, this is pretty decent coverage. And what's nice about this formula is there is skincare ingredients in it. I think I remember there was jojoba oil, a squalene, hyaluronic acid. So this is really good for aging skin. And I think the shade range was pretty decent. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my sponge and just really press that into the skin and definitely pick up any excess that I did not need, which is quite a bit, believe it or not. I mean, I used such little product. I mean, you talk about a stretchable product, that one definitely does. And I actually love a stretchable formula because what that means is when I go to smile, it's going to go with my movements of my face. Like, it's not going to settle into those smile lines. It's going to stretch along with it. But this looks really beautiful on the skin. And look at the glow. Again, I think it's a little bit too deep for me, but not too bad. Yeah, and look how much I still have left on my hand. I mean, this will last forever. Okay, so the concealer that I chose is this one here. Again, this hasn't seen the light of day in forever, and I don't even know if I've used it on the channel. Maybe, I don't know, a couple years ago. But anyway, it's by Charlotte Tilbury, and it's the Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. And of course, I can't see the shade on here. I'll place that somewhere around here or in the description box. But let's try it out. And I'm just going to place a little bit in the inner corner, in the outer corner here. And some more, of course, on this side. And I'm going to place a little bit here just to lighten this area up on the tip of my nose. Keep a bow here. And I like putting it around my mouth for those new lines that have developed, with age. How fun. Okay, so I'm just going to let this sit here just for a minute and then we will blend it in. Okay, so it's been about 2 minutes and let's see how I like this formula. And the shade is a little light for my skin tone right now, but we will see how it looks. And I'm just going to blend that. As you can see, I'm not going directly under my eye. I'm just going pretty much at the top of my cheekbone, because now what I do is take my sponge and I'm just going to really press that in. And you can also use your finger, that's a little warmer, and it will spread that formula as well. But I'm just going to use my sponge today. And yeah, it's okay. Is it my favorite? Probably not. It could be because the shade's too light as well, that it is accentuating all my wrinkles. and fine lines, but I mean, it's not horrible. It's just not my favorite for sure. And let's just finish blending this in. Around the eyes, it's not my favorite. Everywhere else, it looks just fine. So for brightening, I think that really did a good job. Okay, and then for a powder, what I brought out, I have used this on the channel. I just haven't used it on the channel in a very long time. The Huda Beauty, and this is in the shade Sugar Cookie. Sugar Cookie. So what I like about her product though here is there is that mesh, so it just makes everything a little less messy. But I still place a little bit into my cap. And I'm going to take a very fluffy brush, and I'm going to use my BK 104. And I will say I love BK's brushes. They are absolutely perfect. I think there's a sale going on with them right now. I don't know the time that I, do this video, but I know they had a really nice sale. I think it's 6 years that they've been around, which is just crazy because I started my channel, I think it's been 5 years, so basically around the same time. And they were one of the first people to send me PR, which I just find amazing. But that's not why I like their brushes. They're really good brushes. They are an investment, but they are worth it. Like I said, I've had these for 5 years, and they're still just absolutely perfect. Okay, so. Oh, I like that powder. Let me see if it looks super powdery. No, not at all. It just really mattified things, and it's not accentuating my wrinkles or anything like that. I do feel like it did lighten things up a little bit, just so you're aware. This shade here will, I think, lighten up your foundation, but actually that's a good thing in my case right now. Okay, so I like that. Now for my bronzer, what I chose to bring out is my iconic London. I think I got this in one of my boxes when I used to be a part of that. And this is called the Ultimate Bronzer, and it's a medium. So I love the packaging, very fancy. And then there is a mirror, and this is the shade here. So hopefully this isn't too light. And what I'm going to use for my brush here, this is the Rose and Ben. Oh, this is the number C40. So it looks like this, and her brushes are really nice as well. She's really big, mostly over on Instagram. I think she does have a channel here. I'll put her information in the description box as well. So, but yeah, her brushes are really nice. Ooh, I like that shade. This kind of reminds me though of my Milani one. It's very close in shade. If you ask me, it's like that perfect bronzing shade. It's more cool tone. Yeah, always look in the description box for the products that I use. I usually list everything down there, and the shades and everything like that. If you do use any of those links, they are usually affiliate links, and I do get a small commission, but it really does help me and the channel out to purchase new products. So I truly appreciate it when you guys do use those links. It is very, very helpful. Okay, and I'm just going to place a little bit on the side of my nose just to add a little bit of warmth there. And, ooh, I really like this bronzer. Now, another thing is, the reason why I like going back into my collection is a lot of times our skin changes, our environment changes. So I think honestly, before this was too deep for me, where now it works. So I'm glad I didn't throw it away. Yeah, that's where when you go to declutter, it's very hard. Okay, so the blush that I chose is this here. It's by Tarte. This I don't think is available anymore. I think it's only like on eBay or something, but it was such a great product here. And it's called the Precious Gems. And I think I got it like around the holidays one year, but I love the packaging, even though it's filthy, but it's really cool. But inside, there's a mirror and there's all these different choices for your blush. So you could really take this. The reason why I like it and the reason why I will probably keep this, it's great for traveling. That way you have that selection. And you can mix things. That's what I like too. So I think with this look here, I'm going to use, let's mix these two right here. We'll see how that, when it comes up, to look like. So I'm just going to place that right here on the high point of my cheek. And, oh, that's pretty. So I'm like, I don't know, dipping 2 times in each one to create a really pretty shade. And then I'm going to place a little bit just in my eyeshadow right here. I just find that it just makes everything look or tied together really nicely. Ooh, that is really pretty. So it seems like everything that I used today was pretty much high end, but that's what maybe you guys can tell a little bit about me that I normally use a drugstore. But yeah, I'm glad I brought this stuff out though, because I haven't used it in a very long time. And yeah, I can find out what I'm keeping and going to get rid of or getting rid of and what. What I'm keeping and what I'm getting rid of. Right off the bat, though, I will say I do not like that concealer under my eyes for sure. But this here, I am so glad that I brought back out. It is absolutely beautiful. I will let you guys know somewhere around here or in the description box how it lasted. If it lasts for a long time and looks really nice by the end of the day, I am going to be super excited. I'm so glad I brought that out and it will last forever. You've seen how little I need. Okay, so for my setting spray, I brought out this. I got this a while back as PR, and the only reason why I don't use it a lot is because the sprayer, yeah, it just kind of, splats on my face. But I definitely want to try it again. This has hyaluronic acid in it and watermelon fruit extract, and it's the Urban Decay All Nighter, but, hydrating. So let's see. Yeah, I think I even changed the nozzle on this. So let's see, you guys. Hopefully it doesn't splat all over my face. Ooh, no. I think that new nozzle really helped. Now, is it a little heavy? Yeah, but it's a lot better than it was. Okay, now I'm going to spray my sponge really good as well. And I am going to try to smooth down that concealer. Just make it look a little better. Usually if my makeup looks too cakey or too heavy, if I place like my setting spray on a sponge and just kind of tap around, it just really smooths things down. And if something's too powdery, it just kind of melts that into the skin. Okay, I will say that did help with the under eyes dramatically. Okay, well, I'm really glad I brought this back out. Okay, and then I found this in my drawer. I forgot all about it. It's by BK Beauty. It's their eyelash curler. So let's see how I like that. Okay, I will say it's a little different to work with. And I'll tell you why in just a second. I just feel like, I don't know, this is a little, I think I remember saying that before. It's just, it doesn't fit my eye shape as well as my other one, but ooh, it's really nice how it curls really good. You can see all of my lashes are pretty much in that. So yeah, once you get the hang of how to use it, it's a really nice eye curler. I think it's this eye that I'm having a little harder time with, and it could be the hood is just more involved. Okay, so the mascara I'm going to use today is this one here by Swede. It's the Pro Lash Lift Mascara. Now you guys have seen me use this one here, the cloud one, but today I want to use this one. I don't even know if I've used it before, especially on the channel. Oh, and I think I remember why. Yeah, it has like this really weird wand. So we will see how this goes. Hopefully this isn't a big mistake. Okay. Ooh, yeah, it's a little hard to work with. I almost poked my eye because there is very little bristles. I don't know about this one. Yeah, I really liked the other one, but this one I'm just having a hard time, and it could be just in my head because the wand is so strange. Okay, I will say I may have spoke too soon. Um, Once you get the hang of it, it actually is a nice mascara. I think I was just really intimidated by this one because it's so different, but it's actually doing a really nice job. And I will say this shade is dark brown, which is really nice. It's soft. Yeah, you guys, this isn't too bad. Again, I spoke too soon and jumped to conclusions and judged a book, from its cover. So, yeah, this is really not bad at all. Again, let's see how easily it flicks away. So here's the test right here. And not as easy as I would like. Let's just see. But I don't have a lot of mess either. I don't have any transfer on my upper lid, which is super unusual for me. But I will say it does not flick away easy. Is this waterproof? No, I don't think it says anything about being waterproof. So yeah, I will say it didn't flick away super easy, but again, it really didn't create a big mess either. So yeah, not bad. I will definitely use that again just to see what I'm going to do with it. Okay, so let's go back into the palette here and do the under eye. And what I think I'm going to do is go back into, I've been using shimmers on my lower lid a lot lately. So I'm going to actually mix this one here and this shade. Let's just try it and see what happens here. You guys know me with my mixing. So I'm going to place that my lower lash line. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about a really pretty shimmer on the lower lash line that I just find super flattering. It's not as harsh. It just adds, I don't know, like a little something something to my look. Yeah, that is really pretty. Okay, and then for my lip, what I brought out is this here. I have not used this. I don't even know if I've used this on the channel. It's by Sigma. I actually got it as I won like a little giveaway over on Instagram. But anyway, this is in the shade Peach Tea. Let's hope that this matches this look or goes with this look. So it's a really nice component here. You know, it has that magnetic closure. And this is the shade here. That's pretty. Yeah, I think it might go. And the lip liner that I brought out is this here by a Runway Rouge, and it's called Camera Ready. So they actually sent these to me a long time ago too. So this one's more like of a pink shade, so I thought maybe the two, mixing the two might help. So let's try, ooh, I have that up way too high. So let's try this out and see this formula. Ooh. For being as old as it is, it's still very creamy. Yeah, that applies really nice. The shade, I don't know about this look, but hopefully that peachy tone will tone this down. Okay, let's go in with this Peach Tea by Sigma. And, okay, now this is a little drier of a formula, but it's still creamy. But yeah, it's just a little drier. But I feel like these kind of formulas last on the lip a little bit longer. Okay, so this is today's final look with all of the products that have not seen the light of day in a very long time. So yeah, let's go through everything super fast. Again, I think I'm going to declutter this, even though it's a beautiful eye look. I just kind of had to work for it. So this probably will get decluttered. I'm definitely keeping this here, even though it's ancient and probably expired. But you know what? If my base doesn't break out, I'm going to be happy and will continue using this. It's a really nice base, I think, or primer. I absolutely loved this. I definitely will keep you guys informed how this lasts on throughout the day. And yeah, my skin just looks absolutely, I don't know, healthy, flawless, flawless as can be for my age. But yeah, it's just very smoothing for sure. I don't know. It's very questionable. I don't know. It doesn't look absolutely horrible. It's just not my favorite, but I do like how it did. I might just keep it, for parts that do, needs to be lightened up. So, for that reason, I might keep it. Let's see. This was actually really good as a base, eye base. So I think I'm going to use that more often. And this eyeliner, we're going to test that in a minute. I do love how easy it was to create that little wing there. And then this tip part was super, super easy to work with to get super close to the lash line. The mascara, that was a struggle there for a second. But once I got the hang of it, it's a really nice mascara. I love how it did separate my lashes. It did lift them and give a pretty nice length. Now, as for volume, yeah, it's not more volumizing, but it didn't claim to be either. So yeah, I definitely will keep and use that again. The lip liners, yeah, that was really nice. And I absolutely love the shade of the lipstick. So I definitely will keep that. So, this was really successful. Oh, the bronzer and the blushes. I'm definitely keeping the blushes. Again, this is great for when I travel. I don't even have to take, this is all I need. Everything that I would need is in this palette. And this bronzer is absolutely perfect for my skin tone right now. And I'm super happy about the all-nighter. So yeah, the only thing I think I'm going to be decluttering is this one and possibly my Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, that's the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I brought out products that you maybe had been thinking about, purchasing and just were on the fence about it. And I brought it out and it's like, oh, okay, this is something I would purchase or not purchase. So hopefully that was the case, or hopefully you just had a fun time going through the products that I brought out deep in my collection. But before I go, I forgot, I do want to test this eyeliner, and let's just see if it is waterproof or long wearing, and not bad at all. It definitely withstood that water test. All right, you guys, I hope you did enjoy today's video. If you did, please like and share this video. It truly helps me out. Again, everything that I did use will be in the description box below. All right, you guys, I can't wait to see you again. I love you so much, and until next time.